All right, we may start the session. Essay, you may begin.
Morning to one and all, respected Toastmasters and our valued guests. Hence, we come to the end of today's wonderful meeting. Thank you all of your participation, your energy, and your inspiring speeches. This meeting is now adjourned. Wait. Don't leave the meeting. I can already imagine some of you hovering over leaving the meet, some thinking that was the shortest meeting ever, and a few wondering if I ever joined the wrong meeting. Surprised, right? That's exactly how our topsy-turvy meeting works. Today, nothing will happen the way you expect. The ending comes first. Evaluation comes before speeches, reports come before roles, and confusion is completely intentional. Because in Toastmasters, we don't just speak forward, we can think backward too. Before we continue, let me formally introduce myself. I am Dinesh from CIMAX Toastmasters, serving you today as the Sergeant at Arms. So fasten your seatbelts, keep your minds flexible, and get ready to experience our meeting in reverse. Let us now begin from the end. I invite our presiding officer to adjourn the meeting once again. Over to you, presiding officer.
So, first of all, thank you so much, everybody, for joining this meeting. It has been a wonderful session having all the college clubs of Division B come together. And this has been nothing short of a collaboration or a synergy of all the college clubs, the young minds, the enthusiasm that all of us bring together, right? And I'm so glad all of you could join us today. All the clubs coming together in one space is always very special. And usually I'd welcome you, explain the agenda, and set expectations for the evening. But today, I've decided to lower your expectations. This is our topsy-turvy area session where things won't happen in the order that you're usually used to. Roles might feel slightly confused, and you may question whether we planned this or not. But we did, I promise that, right? Now, what I really love about this theme is that Toastmasters is all about adaptability. We prepare, we organize, we structure, but sometimes things don't go according to plan. And leadership is about staying steady even when everything feels a little upside down. So today, we're intentionally flipping the script. So relax, enjoy the chaos, participate fully. And if you feel slightly confused at any point, you're doing perfectly fine. And before we begin, just a few rules to keep in mind. Please make sure your video is on throughout or for the majority of the session because this is already online and the only way we can feel it interactive is by having the cameras on, right? And if please do not do something else with your camera on because it's very distracting for the person that's speaking. So let's all make this a fun session and all the very best. With that, I will not call this meeting to order and let's just let it unfold. Thank you. And over to the TMODs for today, Toastmaster Aditya and Toastmaster Dhruv. Okay, I call upon the general evaluator, Toastmaster Kiran.
Thank you. First of all, I just want to check my audio. Am I audible, everyone? Just give me a thumbs up or just a quick sign. Yeah, cool. Thank you. So, hello everyone. The general evaluator is back, and I think it is time to review our session first. Uh, Before I get into my report, I would first like to call upon my tag team, which is the timer, the R counter, and the grammarian. So let me start off by calling the timer for today, Toastmaster Keshav, also known as Dochan. Over to you, Toastmaster Keshav.
Yeah, good morning, everybody, and thank you for the GE. And yes, I welcome you all to the beautiful. I welcome all the beautifully chaotic residents of KASUKABE, and I'm Dochan, Toastmaster Keshav, and I track time. So time has run here, people have run. Logic has sometimes walked away, but today time survived, and I can confirm that no one went overtime. Yes, even I was shocked. So for the prepared speeches, Imayara Toastmaster Haniel spoke well within time with the maximum effect, and because legends don't rush and they sparkle, even Mistiara Toastmaster Akash was surprisingly well within the timing discipline and wrapped up before the red had to scream. And Toastmaster Shaurya was very graceful and calculated and finished well within time, as if the stopwatch was within time. And coming to the evaluations, Principal Sir Toastmaster Dimple had a very calm delivery and was within time again. You know, like the principal who knows the bell schedule. Ishinaga Ma'am, Toastmaster Medini, had a sweet tone and a structured feedback. Balanced like a perfect lunchbox and on time. And Matsubaka Ma'am, Toastmaster Latika, was very expressive and dramatic. But even sophistication respects the red signal. And if we come to the table topics, under the heroic supervision of Toastmaster Pavit, the Kasukabe crew declared stories boldly, posed mentally, and yet not a single speaker challenged the red light, which proves something important. Even in a place where Toastmaster Dhruv and Toastmaster Aditya bend rules, everybody was well within time, and time still stands undefeated. So I observed and I calculated and I approved. But tonight it was punctual. Thank you. Back to the G.
Thank you, Toastmaster Keshav. Now I'd like to call. Am I audible? Is my Yeah, cool. So, thank you, Toastmaster Keshav. And now I'd like to hand it over to our R counter for today, Basao Sako, also known as Toastmaster Surya. Over to you, Toastmaster Surya.
Thank you, General Elevator. I'm Toastmaster Surya. The purpose of the R counter is to note any overused word or filler sounds used as a crutch by anyone who speaks during the meeting. It's important to remember that some of those filler words like such as and so can be used properly without being filler words. I will make sure to count them only when they are being used as a filler words. And when called upon by general evaluator, I shall provide my report. Over to you, general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Surya. Now I'd like to hand it over to our grammarian for today, Anny Sakuradana, also known as Toastmaster Reshma. Over to you, Toastmaster Reshma.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. I'm Annie Sakuragana, your grammarian for today. It is my duty to pay close attention to all the speakers, listening to the language usage. And I'm thrilled to announce that everyone has used sophisticated vocabulary and exceptional grammar. And also, almost all the speakers have incorporated the word of the day, which was inversion. Inversion, which means the reversal of order or position of things. So, yeah, thank you, everyone. This is the grammarian report for today. Back to you, General Evaluate.
Thank you, Toastmaster Reshma. Now, coming to my report, I'm going to keep it short now, and at the end, towards the end, I'll be giving a proper GE report. So, first, starting off with the TMODs for today, Toastmaster Dhruv and Toastmaster Aditya, who were Chinchan and Kozoma. So, I felt they had a good balance of energy and structure. The meeting felt very organized. One suggestion would be that they could work slightly on smoother transitions between segments so that the flow feels more natural. And then I think a line you could use in future meetings could be like, let's make the session meaningful and memorable, right? So that could be more relatable to the audience. That's for the TMODs. Coming to the evaluators for today, Principal Principal Sir Ishinaga ma'am, uh, just a sec, yeah, Principal Sir Ishinaga ma'am and Matsubaka ma'am, who were Toastmaster Dimple, Toastmaster Medini, and Toastmaster Latika. So for them, I would say we had a balanced and very encouraging feedback. The strengths were clearly appreciated. Suggestions were given. All the points were covered. One suggestion would be to include one specific example from the speech when praising or giving a suggestion to the speaker. With that adds more clarity to your evaluation. Something like with small refinements, this can become an excellent speech. Something like that. You could end your evaluation with that, which could make your evaluation more effective. Then coming to the speakers for today, Hema, Mitzi, and AI. Okay, how do you pronounce this? Is that I or AI? How do you pronounce that? Okay, I think I hope I'm pronouncing it right. So so yeah, for all the speakers, right. So all the speakers for today, all three of you showed amazing confidence, showed that you were clearly prepared. I won't be able to talk more about stage presence today. So, your voice modulation was amazing. You had amazing tone throughout your speech. One suggestion would be to focus on delivering a stronger and clearer conclusion. Slow down in the final lines and make your closing intentional, right? So now coming to my tag team, the timer, our counter, and grammarian, who were Dochan, Basao, Sako, and Anny Sakuradana, who were basically Toastmaster Keshav, Toastmaster Surya, and Toastmaster Reshma in the same order. Their reports were clear and very structured. You fulfill your responsibilities responsibly and attentively. One suggestion would be maybe slightly stronger projections while presenting your reports that could increase the impact. And somewhere you could include a line somewhere, something like awareness is the first step towards improvement. So yeah, that is for the tag team. And yeah, for the overall session, the energy was amazing throughout the session. And yeah, with that, I'd like to hand it over to just a second. Yeah, I'd like to hand it over to the TMODs for today, Toastmaster Dhruv and yeah, Toastmaster Dhruv and Toastmaster Aditya. Over to you guys. Thank you.
Am I well audible and visible? Oof, those prepared speeches were outstanding, but they show planning. But table topics reveal instinct.
This is where quick thinking meets creativity, where stories are born in seconds and courage becomes visible.
And guiding us through this inversion of an adventure is someone who treats every moment like an epic scene.
Bold declarations, dramatic energy, and heroic enthusiasm exactly what Kasukabe needs right now.
So please welcome our table topic master for today, Action Ramen, Toastmaster Poet.
Wow, those were some amazing table topics that you all gave. The 1 to 2 minute impromptu speeches that were given on spot, and no one even crossed the time limits. Some of you even used the word of the day and the phrase of the day. Great job, guys. Now, who was the first table topic speaker? I don't remember. Can you all remind me? Can you remind me who the first table topic speaker was? Or do I have to search my memory to find out? Okay, then I'll just make something up in my mind because I don't remember who the first table topic speaker was. So, Toastmaster Dhruv, were you the first table topic speaker? Because I think you were.
Yeah.
You were right.
Yes.
So, your table topic was really amazing. I really liked how the alien traveled across the galaxy to specifically steal your homework. And can you repeat your table topic once? The one that I didn't give you yet.
Could
You
you
can start
please
whenever you're
repeat? I
ready.
couldn't.
I really liked how the alien actually traveled across the galaxy to steal your homework, right? In your table topic that I gave you. You remember?
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
told
yeah.
that story. Yeah. So please give that table topic that I gave you.
Okay. I have to give the table topic again, right?
Yes.
The vast, deep space around me. I am sitting alone, seeing around darkness everywhere. I wonder where I am. What am I doing here? And that's when a small streak of light goes past me. Confused, I look, trying to follow that speed of light with my eyes. Nothing comes out of it. Another streak of light passes, one more after another, and soon it is like a barrage of missiles all going through me. It didn't feel anything though, and all of this was very confusing because I thought that I was just asleep in my bed. Then this one random, random figure pops in front of me, says, "Hey, what are you doing here? Stop blocking the way. I need to go at my light speed." I ask him what he's doing here and who he is. He turned out to be some alien from another world, traveling through galaxies with his latest technology. And I was the one blocking his path. Even though I was just doing nothing, the last thing I remember doing was sleeping on my bed cozily, but just staying there, motionless, not doing anything. In whatever position I was put in, I was stopping him from doing what he was. And so I had to move aside, just wondered by where his civilization had gone through, and we were just stuck on debating random things. Because I figured that if we channel our thoughts into the right place, we can always gain greatness. Thank you, and over to the table.
Okay. Now for your topic table, Toastmaster Dhruv, it was sometimes the truth sounds more unbelievable than the lie. Sometimes the truth sounds more unbelievable than the lie, Toastmaster Dhruv. Now, who was my second table topic speaker? Can you raise your hand? Who was the second speaker? Do I need to randomly pick?
I think it was me, the second. Yeah.
Okay. Toastmaster Kiran, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you were the second, I remember now. In story, I really liked when you opened that box. I mean, what did you expect was there? Because I didn't expect that box to be opened. And the contents, they were pretty amazing. You remember your topic?
Yeah. Yeah. I do. Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember it really well.
Could you please go ahead and give the table topic once again?
Yeah. Yeah. I remember once in my childhood, I was sitting at home doing nothing, absolutely nothing. And my father all of a sudden came with a box. I looked at him. I said, I asked him, I said, what is that you're holding? He said, it's a box, obviously, it's a box. And then he placed the box in front of me, and I was excited more than he was. And I rushed to the kitchen, got a scissor to open the box. My father snatched the scissor from me because obviously I was a child. I cannot be handling things like that. But out of excitement, I couldn't control it. I just took the scissor. I started hitting the box so much, and then my dad just snatched the scissor from me, and then my excitement was a bit gone there because obviously you can't hurt a child's feeling like that. So my father opened the box, and inside the box was a brand new football. I loved football back then. Actually, I loved sports back then. So when I saw that football for the first time, I didn't take the football away first. I looked at my father. I said, thank you so much. And I hugged him. That was one of the best feelings I've ever had. That football, I still have it at home because that was my first ever football that I got. What I meant, what I'm trying to say here is those small moments, those small gifts that you get from your parents are so special. And when it's your first ever thing that you get, your first football or your first school bag, your first notebooks from your parents, those small things are so special. And I would ask everyone to hold those things closely to you because at the end of the day, those are the small memories that shape who you are today. Thank you. And over to the table topics master, Toastmaster.
So yeah, Toastmaster Kiran, your topic was curiosity is a pathway to discovery. Curiosity is a pathway to discovery, Toastmaster Kiran. Now, who was the third speaker? Can they raise their hand? I don't remember. Toastmaster Niharika. You were the third speaker, right?
Yes, I was.
And you totally remember your topic, right? And I
Yes.
love your story about randomly crashing a wedding and just committing to the role throughout. It was a really interesting and funny story. Can you please repeat what you said? The table topic?
Yes. Can you please confirm if I'm audible enough?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So, since childhood, I'm always fascinated with adventure. And that is why my act of crashing a wedding justifies this. It was a complete random day, and my mind struck with, you know what, let's go on adventure. And that's when I got ready and just went out, saw a random place decorated, and I heard the barat. I heard the song, I heard the drums beating hard, and I saw the groom passing by on the horse. And that's when usual Niharika struck in. And I thought of why not? I'm already dressed up and already in a wedding attire. So why not I crash the wedding? And that's when I went inside, full confident, as if it was my brother's wedding. I went inside with the barat, legit walking besides the horse next to the groom. The groom also saw me. I was dancing along the crowd, so no one got a sus. And I very smoothly went inside the wedding hall. I encountered a lot of people. Some assumed I'm from the bride side, and the people from the bride side assumed I'm from the groom side. It was very fun. I obviously danced, had good food, enjoyed myself thoroughly. And in the end, I also managed to go up to the stage, click a good photo, congratulate the couple, and I confidently walked off. So that also proves why I love adventure, and I'm definitely waiting to crash one more wedding very soon. Over to the TT Master.
Great job, Toastmaster Niharika. Your table topic was act first, think later. Act first, think later, Toastmaster Niharika. Now, did we have just one final table topic speaker. I don't remember exactly. Who was it? Can they raise their hand? Or do I need to pull something out of my memory that doesn't exist? Okay then. Uh, Toastmaster Dimple, are you there? Are you there? Okay, probably not. Toastmaster Aditya, are you there?
Yeah,
Yeah, you were the last table topic speaker, right?
yeah, I remember now.
You remember now? Why didn't you speak up before? Okay. So the story was really interesting about that text you sent to the very wrong person. That was really curious and funny and unexpected. Could you remember your table topic and could you try repeating it once?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Go on then. Start whenever you're ready.
Um. Yeah. So let's set a time. So I often get confused while saving the context of people with the same name, and cost me a large amount last time. So you usually, as always, I was using my phone during the classes, and this time somehow another teacher from outside the class just caught me up and took me to the HOD office. So while I was in the HOD office, I saved two numbers as my father, one my actual father and one as my friend. So I could basically act that I called my father and instead I called my friend and just get the matter sorted. But this time, by mistake, eventually, I actually called my father up and so confidently, I called him and I told him that I am here, and this is, I was just using phone thinking that I actually called my friend. Then I am here and I just need to talk to you just need to talk to the HOD. And I was thinking it will be fine. After a few minutes, when I get back on the call with my father, after the HOD talked to him, I got it. I actually called my father and so confidently I bragged about it that now he's literally like he's literally scolding me out. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you.
Toastmaster Aditya, your topic was realizations often come a little too late. Realizations often come a little too late, Toastmaster Aditya. And your double topic was really good as well. So who am I? Hello everyone. I am Action Raman, the protector of the truth, the mightiest of the mighty, and the greatest hero of all time. I have saved the world from multiple threats, ranging from Paradise Kings to Haigure and Avengers. Who are they in front of my action beam? Nothing, just pieces of dust. And so, I am the table topic master for today, Toastmaster Power. Now, handing over the stage back to the TMODs.
And now we shift from observation to expression because every story deserves its moment in the spotlight.
Speakers command attention with powerful words. Others simply exist and the audience naturally listens.
Adorable yet impactful, quiet yet impossible to ignore. a presence that proves communication isn't always loud and powerful.
Please welcome Speaker 1, Yahara, Toastmaster Haniel. Hello, Toastmaster Haniel.
Quick audio and video check just a second. Am I audible?
Yeah. Toastmaster Haniel, smile. Smile, Toastmaster Haniel. Toastmaster Haniel, smile.
Am I audible? Yeah, I'm sorry. Greetings, Toastmasters. So, before starting into my speech, I'll just ask you a quick question. What's the most pleasing five-letter word? Any guess? I want Toastmasters to unmute yourself and tell some answers. Money? Then you might also be pleased to pay the taxes as well. No, it's not money. I'll give you a clue. It starts with letter S. Any
Smile.
guess? Yes, it's smile. So, smile increases your face value. What does this face value means? In order to answer these questions, let me dive into a quick story. So, one day there was a guy, a school student, a vernacular Tamil student who was studying in a school, and there was a teacher, and the teacher wrote in the board some numbers and was teaching how to count those numbers. So one day the class was going, and the teacher said to the students, "Read this what I have written in the book." Listen this carefully. The teacher wrote some numbers in the book and told the students to read what's in the book. And suddenly one student, let's say who's there, Aditya, Toastmaster. The teacher said, "Toastmaster Aditya, tell what's written on the book." And Toastmaster Aditya suddenly got up and said, "Eddie, hate one, hate two." What does this means, Toastmasters? Eddie, hate one, hate two. I want Toastmasters to unmute yourself and speak. Someone please interact. Okay, I'll say. What Toastmaster Aditya said was 80, 8, 1, 8, 2. 80, hate 1, hate 2. And that's what Toastmaster Aditya said. I'm still curious why these Toastmasters are not laughing. Do you guys know how to smile, or I should teach you guys how to smile? Let me say the same joke. One day there was a vernacular Tamil student studying in the school, and the teacher was teaching how to count numbers. And in the same day, Toastmaster Aditya said, 80, 81, 82. Again, I'll say the same comedy. One guy, vernacular Tamil student, studying in a school. The teacher was studying to read the numbers in the board. And Toastmaster Aditya again said, 80, 81, 82. See, for the Toastmasters, we are not even ready to laugh or smile for the joke, for the same joke which has been said thrice. But we are always ready to cry to all the same problems. I repeat it once again. Toastmasters, as Toastmasters we are from Division B, we are always not ready to laugh at the same jokes, but we are always ready to cry on the same problems. Accepted, agreed. You can raise your hands there. I can see all of you. Yeah, I can see one hand. Yeah, AD is rising there. Yeah, good. Accepted. So, what I want to tell is make use of this five-letter word, not the money. Money is not a pleasing word. Money just brings you the utility value, not the happiness value. See, smile brings you a happiness value. It increases your face value, and also it just makes you disappear of all the problems you have. See, let's say, what are the problems you can have at max? If you're studying in VIT, you could have scored 15 out of 15 CAT 1. Yes, you could have scored 2 marks in quiz out of 10. Yes, if you are a cricketer, you could have scored duck. Even problems have some definite termination point. The problems don't go beyond that point. So don't worry about the problems and don't forget to use this five-letter word smile. This smile can change everything, can change all your problems, all your sorrows, and can make your life happier. So Toastmasters, don't forget to smile. Toastmasters, don't forget to smile. Toastmasters, don't forget to smile. And that's the message I want to convey through my speech. Thank you.
Toastmaster Daniel, that was a fantabulous speech. Everyone, I request you to fill out the feedback forms, and timer, please indicate when 1 minute has elapsed. All right. Evaluators are quiet architects of growth. They listen deeply and translate experience into learning.
Not, not to judge, but to guide, highlighting strengths while gently shaping the path forward.
Our first evaluator is expressive, detail oriented, and believes that discipline creates confidence.
Known for noticing even the smallest nuances in communication, please welcome Evaluator 3, Annie Sakuradana, Toastmaster Dimple.
So, am I audible? Hello,
Yes.
am I audible? Hello, everyone. Toastmasters, am I audible?
Yes,
Please
yes, you
let
are
me
audible.
know.
Yes.
Okay. So, good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Today, my target speaker is Haniel. Firstly, congratulations on finishing your speech today. Now, let me begin with what are all the things you did well. Like, you have started your speech with a question, right? That was really impressive. Like, it made audience think about, like, just made audience think for a second and then connect with you. Like, another one good important thing about you is like you're constantly frequently connecting with the audience, like just raise your hands, or like you're trying to connect with the content organization, like the way you have started your speech. As your title is smile, you have taken a few examples from your school, like about teacher and everything. The examples were so relevant and relatable, and you also made some jokes in between, like everything is really good. And instead of just sitting at one place, what you've done is you have utilized your area so good. Like even in the online meeting, you have used your area so good, that is really appreciable. Like another fantastic thing was your content, like the beginning, the middle, and the ending, everything is so good. Like even you just spoke for 5 minutes, it was really good. And it made audience connect with you throughout your speech. Like there were no laggings and everything. Now let me just tell you where are all you can make a few improvements. Like you were just running out too fast, like you were just thinking you were running out of time. Like at few places you were just talking so fast that we couldn't get up with you. Like instead of that, you could have just slowed down, and you know you could have just made us think for a second, like what you are telling. But you were just a little fast. But remaining other things, it was really good overall. To conclude this, your content was really good. It has a good ending and a good beginning, and you have utilized your place properly. And that's it. Thank you. Over to TMOD.
Now, Kasukabe, let's shift the energy. Because sometimes communication isn't gentle, sometimes it arrives with fire.
Energy that fills the room, determination that refuses to step back, and a voice that turns emotion into momentum.
The kind of speaker who doesn't just share ideas, but brings presence. Bold, expressive, and unapologetically passionate.
Someone who embraces challenges instead of avoiding them and transforms intensity into inspiration.
Please welcome Speaker 2, Mishti Yahara, Toastmaster Akash.
Thank you, Dhruv. One sec while I set up the camera. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay.
Toastmaster Akash, are you ready?
Yes.
Toastmaster Akash, with pain. With pain, Toastmaster Akash.
So, good morning, good morning, Toastmasters and guests. A few scientists came together to perform an experiment on a rat, where they took a rat and kept a piece of cheese in front of it and observed. The rat decided to starve itself and die of hunger rather than move 5 steps to go take its piece of cheese. Now, what do you think the scientists did to the rat? Well, they had genetically modified the rat so that to deprive itself of one of the most fundamental chemicals essential for life. It is commonly misunderstood as the hormone of pleasure, but is indeed the hormone of motivation. I'm talking about dopamine. Now, humans have undergone thousands of years of evolution to adapt and to perfect ourselves into the best versions of hunter gatherers. We have adapted to focus on those pair of glinting eyes hidden in the bushes, to run away from a predator, to find the poisonous mushroom hidden amongst the trees. We have adapted to instill in us the drive to search out and go look for food, to go look for sex, to go find a community and a feeling and sense of belonging. These drives would not be possible if not for this small chemical in our brains called dopamine. Dopamine is essential for life. Now, dopamine activates the reward centers in our brain. And one of the craziest fact is that another feeling also activates the exact same reward centers, and that is pain. Pain activates the same reward centers as the one for pleasure, that is dopamine. Dr. Anna Lemke, a professor in Stanford who is researching addiction, states that the brain is something like a seesaw, where on one side you have pleasure and on the other side you have pain. And when one of these goes out of balance, the brain works hard to restore this balance, and this is called homeostasis. Homeostasis is simply put the way of restoring balance, and this occurs in many parts of our body. Our brain is hardwired, it has been engineered, evolved over time to survive in a world filled with pain, filled with suffering, and filled with scarcity. And our brain came up with a mechanism to motivate us, to drive us to find food, to find the next big treasure by depriving us, by giving us pain. So, what happens in our modern world today is that it is not filled with scarcity, it is not filled with pain, but it is indeed filled with tiny hits of dopamine all throughout. Binging reels, binging the next big TV show, eating a lot of junk food, and watching YouTube, all of these fill our brain with tiny amounts of dopamine and keep us constantly feeling pleasure. Now, dopamine is what scientists call a neurotransmitter. It goes and binds to certain molecules in our brain called receptor cells, and they act like hook pairs. So when the dopamine binds to the receptor, the reward centers in our brain is activated and we get that hit of pleasure. Now, what happens if we are constantly bombarded with this dopamine throughout the day? Well, the brain decides that it has had enough and it reduces the number of receptor cells in the brain. What happens if the receptor cells are reduced? The amount of pleasure that you feel also decreases. And so every day we go through life bombarded with dopamine hits day after day, hour after hour, and the number of cells decreases, and the amount of pleasure that we can perceive also decreases. This decrease in the amount of pleasure forces us to increase the amount of the tiny hits of dopamine that we get, again decreasing the amount of receptor cells, and this drives in a spiral over and over again until we lose our way of life. So there is one simple cure for this, and that is to reset the number of receptor cells in our brain. And the best way to do it is to embrace pain, to embrace discomfort. I want you all to do a small experiment with me. So take out your phones and turn it off and keep it in front of you in the table. I hope most of you have already done that, right? Now close your eyes. Please, everyone, close your eyes and just do nothing. Take a few seconds to do nothing. And feel that sense of discomfort. Embrace that sense of discomfort which arises in you. Feel that awkwardness. That moment where you could have been scrolling, but you're not. You can open your eyes now. And so what you just did is slowly try to reset the number of receptors in your brain. You are trying to adapt. Our modern society forces us to always stay online, to constantly have our phones on, to see our notifications. We even take our phones to our bathroom just to see the things or hear or be connected with someone. But it is not necessary. Okay, all we are doing is increasing the amount of dopamine in our brains. And this just forces us to only take in the small pleasures of life. It does not allow us to appreciate or to work towards the bigger dreams, the bigger achievements that we want to accomplish. So, all I want to leave you is that do not be that rat where you are not able to move 5 steps to achieve your goal. Instead, be the one to have the hunger for ambition and deprive yourself of the distractions and live with pain. Thank you.
Toastmaster Akash, that was an eye opening speech. I would request everyone to fill out the feedback forms and timer indicate when 1 minute has elapsed. Evaluation is a delicate balance, honestly wrapped in kindness, insight delivered with care.
Evaluator listens beyond performance, understanding intention, effort, and potential.
Our next evaluator brings warmth alongside structure, thoughtful reflections combined with high standards.
Please welcome Evaluator 2, Ishinaga Ma'am, Toastmaster Medini.
Am I audible? Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. I am Ishinaga ma'am, and I love my children. And today I'm here to evaluate one of my favorite students, Mishti Yahara, Toastmaster Akash. Today, the purpose of his speech was to review basic methods of writing a speech and define purpose to present a well organized speech on any topic. Toastmaster Akash, my grandmom once told me, if you never heal from what hurt you, then you will always bleed on the people or situations that cut you. Your speech today threw a light on what all of us go through on a daily basis. These are the highlights of your speech, which felt like a dopamine rush and grabbed all our attention. The first rush was your excellent use of imagery. You used a common story that everyone could relate to. When the audience is able to relate to you in the first 10 seconds, I'm pretty sure each one of them is going to listen to your speech throughout the duration. The second rush was your eye contact. You had an excellent eye contact with your audience. Even though it was an online meeting, you made sure to look at the camera. When you're looking at people, it's often hard for them to miss out on your speeches. The third rush was your apt use of gestures and your powerful take back value. A speech is usually incomplete without a powerful take back value. Because sometimes, even if the audience is not listening to your speech, when they listen to the take back value, they automatically get connected to the speech. But here are some band aids that you could use to heal your pain the next time. And these are few of my recommendations. Your voice modulation. You had almost a monotonous tone over your entire speech. Using voice modulation will attract the audience to listen to you more because they would feel where exactly you felt hurt and where exactly the dopamine was hitting you. The second part is the pauses. Pauses often add a lot of impact to your speeches, but I felt you could have used your pauses more effectively. When you said something about dopamine and then you said there's another thing that makes us feel the same way and you said pain and you immediately continued. Instead you could have said pain, pain which activates the same feeling. That increases the emphasis on pain that you were trying to deliver. Toastmaster Akash, pain is something inevitable and we often lose our path in lives, but there are also moments that help us overcome it. And your speech today was exactly one of those moments because I'm sure everyone could relate to the take back value. Thank you.
And now, the stage welcomes confidence. The kind that feels effortless yet intentional.
Speakers carry presence naturally, turning every moment, every word into a composed performance.
Graceful, polished, and driven by excellence. A speaker who blends elegance with competitive spirit.
Please join us in welcoming Speaker 3, Aitome Toastmaster Shaurya.
Am I audible? Can I
Toastmaster
have
Shaurya,
can I have a thumbs up? Am I audible? Thank you.
Toastmaster Shaurya, life as a weighing scale, life as a weighing scale, Toastmaster Shaurya.
How many of you, when you get up and go out for gym, and after doing your regular gym workout, stand on a weighing scale, and whenever you see your expected weight, or if you see your unexpected weight, you have a certain shift of emotions. Does anyone of you feel that same emotion? Like if you get the desired weight, the desired outcome, you have an instant rush of energy and you feel happy. Or if you don't get to the weight which you want, or you have an excessive weight, you start having a day starting from a very bad outcome, and thus your day proceeds in a very bad way. Did this happen to any one of you? Well, yes. Now, comparing this very thing to the analogy of life, whenever our expectations aren't fulfilled, we undergo a similar kind of an emotion. And believe me, expectations, this is a term which has led to a large amount of chaos in this world. Now, giving a retrospective effect to our history itself, it won't be boring. I would walk through it in a sneak peek way. Starting from the tribal era, whenever the expectations of one or the other group didn't used to meet, they used to go on a regional conflict. This turned out to be anthropologically the period where sapiens, that is us, dominated the space and all the other species like Neanderthals went out and were and faced extinction. After that came to the medieval ages. We saw battles like crusades, which led to a large amount of bloodshed, and thus it led to a large amount of loss of life, which followed by the modern age
in which countries fought in world wars. And thus we saw the growth of allies and axis. And thus another time we saw a similar kind of outcome, that was a loss of life on a large scale. Now, summing all of these things up by a simple quote by a very famous writer, Yuval Noah Harari, in his book, states that we as Homo sapiens have one thing which has grown in our genes from generation to generation, that is intolerance. And what this thing brought us up to is basically a large amount of bloodshed, which was easily and apparently avoidable if we would have negotiated our way through in a much more mature way. While preparing my this L3P2 speech, which was basically over negotiating the outcomes, I thought of giving a normal life example or maybe an example of any other thing except quoting such big examples from our history. But then I realized that actually negotiation is a skill which we all have to ponder, not just as a daily life example, but as a learning, because this is where and this is what would decide the future discourse of our life, and not of only our life, but of the society. Because what happened after all these wars or all these battles or regional disputes were basically three things. Either both the parties got the win-win outcome, or one had to suffer a major amount of loss while other took all the benefits. Or thirdly, it was arbitrated by a much more powerful body than the two or the multiple parties which were fighting. So, cutting short, all what these battles ended up was a negotiation. And thus, if the humans of our past, that is our ancestors, would have behaved a bit more mature, in a bit more mature way, those bloodshed would have been avoided. And thus, negotiation stands as the most important skill which we need to incorporate in our daily lives so that we can avoid unnecessary conflicts and bring about solutions in a much more systematic manner. Coming to the present era, no wonder there are corporate concoctions, there are hostile takeovers, or even if we come to our daily examples, we have uh, some we have some negotiations over the idea that who should take over the next position in a club or a chapter. If we start fighting over these all issues, just like as it used to happen in the past, we would be ending up with a lot of chaos. And thus, we need to understand that expectations of ourselves in our daily life may not be fulfilled completely or may not be completely avoided. But there should be a amount of range which we should maintain in our daily life, and we should agree that we cannot get everything what we want, and neither we can give everything what the other person wants. We have to maintain a proper balance. This may sound a bit cruel or this may sound a bit nonchalant, but actually, this is being empathetic towards the needs of others while also taking care of our own needs. The basic issue is that since our upbringing from our childhood, we were given whatever we wanted by our parents, and this hampered the ability of negotiations in our daily life. But for moving further, we need to understand that we have to learn how to weigh the pros and cons and decide what and how much we need to take out of this situation so that it doesn't hamper our lives. Plus, it also takes care of the needs of the other person. Thus, concluding by stating that seeing that even in the current geopolitical order, the world is moving towards a chaotic side. There is a chance that there might be another global warfare just like World War One and World War Two. So, as a human, what we can do to prevent such kinds of global escalations is that we still incorporate some amount of maturity into our daily life and behavior and start understanding the importance of negotiation and start weighing each and every aspect of our life before making big change or before making a decision. into our lives. Thank you.
That was an absolutely insightful speech. Everyone, I would please request you to fill out the feedback forms, and timer, please indicate when 1 minute is over. Every evaluator brings their own lens, and sometimes that lens adds elegance to analysis.
Feedback becomes memorable when insight meets personality, and observation is delivered with style and enthusiasm.
Our next evaluator combines sophistication with expressive energy, making evaluation both meaningful and engaging.
Please welcome the first evaluator, Matsubaka ma'am, Toastmaster Latrika.
Am I audible? Yeah, thank you. A very good morning, fellow Toastmasters, and a special good morning to my target speaker, Toastmaster Shaurya V. Sharma. Here is your teacher, Matsubaka, also known as Latika, presenting your evaluation report. For your speech, I have few commendation and recommendation part. First up, I would like to one second. Am I visible? Yeah. So first up, I would like to start with my commendation part. In your speech, the start of the speech, you started with a question. So that something attracted the attention of the audiences and everyone were listening to your speech throughout you were speaking. So that is something I would like to appreciate about it. And the second thing, the vocabulary usage you have used in your speech was amazing. Can be retrospect, anthropology, analogy. These are some unusual words we don't prefer in our day-to-day life basis. But you have introduced all those words in your speech. And third thing, when coming back to the structure of your speech, you had a well-organized speech starting from the tribal era and to the middle era and to the present era. You have clearly described the chaos and the discussion and the conflicts we had in the middle in the tribal, middle, and present era, and you have clearly explained it. Now, I would like to give few recommendation to your speech. First up, your stage presence. In your speech, throughout you were moving back and forth. It it sometimes it distracted the audience. You could have used the trio stage maybe in the past era in this side and middle era in front and the present era on the right side. It could have added more value to your speech so that people would have understood who is stating three types of incidents, then they would have involved much more than they did. And coming back to the second recommendation, the purpose of your speech is to explain the negotiation that happened in your past or future in your life. You could have taken a particular incident and you could have explained it a bit, you could have explained more about it. Maybe how was the incident and how did you tackle it and how did you negotiate it and what was the outcome and how did it impact others. Something you could have tried like this, but the speech you spoke was little generic. uh, you spoke about the generic problem, the generic conflict, and you mentioned about we could have been little more mature, and we could have been sensible. It's all good, but you could have explained a particular incident, so it could have been more better. But apart from that, the confidence, the vocabulary, the structure was an amazing, and I wish you the best for your upcoming speeches.
Every KASUKABE gathering needs someone who watches quietly, while rest of us create chaos.
Someone who listens with intention, noticing not only what is said, but how it is said and how it impacts the audience.
The calm presence, who later tells us what worked, what didn't, and what secretly made them nervous.
With realism, thoughtful insight, and perfectly timed humor, our general evaluator ensures that today's experience becomes tomorrow's improvement.
Calling upon for the first time in this meeting my father, Harry Yahara, Toastmaster Kiran.
Thank you, TMODs. Thank you, Dhruv, and thank you, Toastmaster Aditya. So, I guess we can get the session started properly. There's energy over here, there's preparation behind the scenes, and I'm expecting things to run smoothly. So, I would like to begin with our evaluators for today, the ones responsible for making sure our speakers grow in today's meeting. So, first, I'd like to call upon our principal, sir, first evaluator for today, Toastmaster Dimple. Over to you, Toastmaster Dimple. Toastmaster Dimple, are you in the session?
Sorry, I had a bit network issue. Just now I have started.
No, no, no
Yeah,
issues. Yeah.
yeah.
Toastmaster Dimple, uh, I just handed it over to you. The stage is yours. You you can give your intro as an evaluator now.
So, good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Today I've taken the role of evaluator. I've evaluated speech for Haniel. Hello.
You're audible, Dimple. Yes, you're audible. Dimple, is everything okay? I think she has network issues. Okay, cool. I think we can move on with the second evaluator for today. We have Ishinaga ma'am, thoughtful, structured, and balanced in feedback. So, Ishinaga ma'am, Toastmaster Medini, over to you.
Good evening, everyone. I am Ishinaga ma'am, and I am here to see all my sweet little children go on stage and do their best. Good evening, everyone. I am Toastmaster Medini, and today I'm here to evaluate Toastmaster Akash, who will be completing his Level 1 Project 2. The objective of his speech is to learn and review basic methods of writing a speech with a well defined purpose and to present a well defined speech. All the best, Toastmaster Akash, and I know you'll give a banger speech.
Thank you, Ishinaga ma'am. Now we'll be handing it over to a third evaluator for today, Matsubaka ma'am, who is Toastmaster Latika. Over to you, Toastmaster Latika.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kiran. I am Matsubaka ma'am, and I am here to witness all my dear student speeches and my dear favorite student, Toastmaster Shaurya's speech. Toastmaster Shaurya is doing his level 3 in is doing his level 3 and project 2 in the pathway of dynamic leadership. His purpose is to learn and experience the different strategy of negotiation skill, and he has to incorporate those negotiation skill in his past or future life. So I know my student has always been very confident and he's very polished and competitive, and I look forward for his speech and all the very best to my dear student Toastmaster Shaurya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Latika. So before we move any further, I think we should hear from the people who keep our foundation strong: time, language, and precision. So those details, they quietly shape every meeting, right? So I think we should begin with our tag team for today. So first of all, calling upon the timer for today, Toastmaster Keshav, who is also known as Dochan. Over to you, Toastmaster Keshav.
Good evening, Kasukabe. When Chinchan Yahara is ready to break the rules and Kozoma is fixing the rules, and when Action Raman is striking heroic poses, I'm here for the real power, time. So, as the timer, your official Kasukabe timekeeper, green means you can continue the fun. Yellow means you need to prepare your final dramatic moment. And red means even in Kasukabe, the clock wins. So, in this neighborhood, even though logic may disappear, my stopwatch will never do. I'll be watching calmly. Back to you, Z.
Thank you, Toastmaster Keshav. And next, we'll be moving on with our counter for today, Basao Sako, who is also known as Toastmaster Surya. So yeah, over to you, Toastmaster Surya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kiran. And am I audible?
Yes, you're audible, Surya. Yeah.
And now I'm here to say my final report. And in first TT segment, first speaker Toastmaster Dhruv, I till now I noticed that there is a no filler words. And the second speaker is Toastmaster Kiran. So he had used it 2 times. And the third speaker is Toastmaster Nigarika. No filler words were used. And the fourth speaker is Toastmaster Aditya. I noticed so 2+ times and but 2 times. And now next segment is Pippa's speech. In Pippa's speech, first speaker is Toastmaster Anny. He had used so 2+ times and had 2 times. And in second speaker, in Toastmaster Akash, I didn't notice any filler sounds. And third speaker is Surya. So he used 2 times. So that's it by report. Over to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Kiran.
Thank you, Toastmaster Surya. And now I'll be handing it over to our grammarian for today, Anny Sakuradana, who is also known as Toastmaster Reshma. So over to you, Toastmaster Reshma.
Good morning again, fellow Toastmasters. I am Annie, who will be your grammarian for today. As grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any misuses of the English language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, thoughts, or sayings. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day, which is inversion. Inversion, which means to reverse the order of something. to reverse the position or the order of something. So, yeah, that is an example for inversion is the poet used inversion to create excitement and intrigue in his poetry. Thank you, and back to you, general evaluator. I will
Thank you,
be,
Toastmaster
yeah,
Reshma. Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Reshma. So amazing. So that sets the tone for the meeting. Now, as we move forward, this is what I'll be looking for in the session: clarity in communication, structure in thought, and confidence in your delivery. Right. So if we maintain those three things, this will be a really strong session. So that is my intro for a topsy-turvy session. Now I'll be giving a short report on the whole overall session that happened today. So just a second. Yeah. To start off, I would like to start off with the TMODs, the Toastmasters of the day, Chinchan and Kozoma, who were Toastmaster Dhruv and Toastmaster Aditya, respectively. First of all, amazing theme. I think the agenda was shared well in advance. The theme also was shared. The projections were shared in advance. I loved the theme. It was so relatable, and it reminded all of us of our childhood, obviously, because it was Shinchan, right? So really, really sweet uh, theme, and every character was amazing. All the role players were in their character. They played their character really well. So kudos to the TMODs today. Amazing team, guys. Good job on that. Then coming to the tag team, the type first, I'll start with the timer, Toastmaster Keshav. Toastmaster Keshav, you did a really amazing job with the report at the start, and then you gave an intro. Amazing job with that. Your report was really good. You mentioned that no one would go overtime. I assume, yeah, no one went overtime. So amazing job on that. And then coming to the R counter, who was Basao, Sako, Toastmaster Surya, you too gave an amazing report. You gave your report towards the end, I remember. So amazing job. Your report was really good. You covered everything. So amazing job. Thank you so much. And then coming to our grammarian, Grammarian too gave an amazing report. The Grammarian gave a report in the start, and then in the start, and then towards the end, the Grammarian finished it off with her intro, like you should be doing in a topsy-turvy session. You mentioned the word of the day, so amazing, good job on that. Now, what I'll be doing now is I'll be clubbing all the speakers together and give a common report, because I'll just keep it short. So first, oh yeah, coming to the speakers. All the three speakers, first of all, amazing speech. I loved all your speeches. You guys had amazing tone. Your tone was strong, and your speech was loud and clear, which was very important in an online session, especially. So amazing job on that. Uh, I think individually, if I have to say something, so first I'd start off with speaker one, Hima Yahara, Toastmaster Haniel. You had really good voice modulation. You were energetic throughout your speech. I love the energy and enthusiasm that you showed in throughout your speech, right? So it grabbed everyone's attention. Amazing. And some points of recommendation, I think your evaluator already mentioned that. I also had the same recommendation, so I think you could work on that. And yeah, the amazing speech, Toastmaster Daniel. Coming to Toastmaster Akash, again, Akash, amazing speech. Your content was amazing. Your tone was very strong. You were loud and clear again. You also interacted with the audience. You made them close their eyes towards the end of your speech, right? So, which that made it very engaging. Again, like your evaluator mentioned, like Toastmaster Medini mentioned, you had your voice modulation was very monotonous. I guess could be better if you had more voice modulation. Like when you're showing your emotions in your speech, it could have been better. So I think you could work on that. Other than that, amazing job, Toastmaster Akash. And speaker number three, Aitome, Toastmaster Shaurya, your speech also was amazing. First of all, again, I'd like to mention that your tone was very strong. You were loud and clear, so we could hear you properly, especially in an online session. That matters a lot. And yeah, you had good body language as well. Of course, I can't be talking about stage coverage since it's an online session. Again, you had amazing body language. Your tone was amazing. Everything was really good. You could work on the recommendations given by your evaluators. So yeah, all the best to all the speakers for the speeches. Now coming to the evaluators, evaluator one was Principal Sir Toastmaster Dimple, evaluator two Ishinaga Ma'am Toastmaster Medini, and evaluator three Matsubaka Ma'am Toastmaster Latika. So all the evaluators today had, again, they were loud and clear. They which is very important. Yeah, and they also had positives about the speaker. They gave recommendations as well, and all the recommendations were valuable, right? Which really helped. I think hope helps the speakers in their future speeches. All the evaluations were amazing. That is with the evaluations, and I think I've covered all the role players. Oh yeah, the table topics master. The table topics master did an amazing job. Toastmaster Pavit, amazing job with the table topics master role. I really loved that segment. The way you asked people if they remember if they were the table topic speaker. It was really engaging, and then you gave them a story as well, right? Which I think that's how it works in a topsy turvy session. It was amazing. I had amazing fun throughout that segment. So good job on that, Pavit. Toastmaster Pavit, amazing job on that. And all the table topic speakers as well. You took up the table topics actively, and I appreciate all of them because in a topsy turvy session, you don't know the topic, but you're given a story and you're put on spot to give an impromptu speech, right? So amazing job on that. Takes a lot of guts to do that, and yeah, congratulations to whoever gave the table topics today. Amazing job. With that, I think I've covered all the role players. And about the session flow was amazing. It was a really good session. Session was really engaging and it was fun, especially because it was a reverse meeting, right? So it's just firstly for me, it was a really good session because it's my first reverse meeting. I've only heard of it. This is the first time I'm attending a reverse meeting. So I loved it, guys. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for to all the role players. And yeah, with that, I'd like to hand it over to the Toastmasters of the day, Toastmaster Dhruv and Toastmaster Aditya.
Before we move ahead, I would request everyone to fill out the ballots which has been sent in the meeting chat. Timer, if you could indicate after 1 minute, is taken.
Yeah, that's a minute done.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Kasukabe, the neighborhood with plan begins seriously but somehow end in laughter. Today is a gathering where all personalities collide, stories unfold, and even the unexpected feels perfectly normal.
While Chinchan celebrates unpredictably, I would like to reassure everyone that beneath the chaos lies careful planning. Every role today contributes to a journey from preparation to spontaneity, from reflection to growth.
Which means whether you're here to speak, observe, or simply enjoy the show, you are part of the Kasukabe story now.
Exactly, because communication isn't just about speaking, it's about connection, learning, and sometimes embracing moments that surprise us.
So settle in, keep your reactions ready, and welcome to session 188. Because Kasukabe meets Toastmasters excellence. Over to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Joseph.
Thank you so much, TMODs. Okay, before we proceed to further aspects of the meeting, can I request everybody to first have your cameras on so that we can take one group photo? Can everybody please turn your cameras on? Let's wait for some time until everybody does that. Toastmaster Surya, Toastmaster Anusha, and Toastmaster Latika, can we have your cameras on? Toastmaster Anusha? Okay, fine. We shall just take a photo. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, wait, let me just check. That got saved. Okay, yes, we have it. All right. Now, may I, yeah, that's fine, Toastmaster Anusha. May I now invite Toastmaster Sridevi ma'am, the Division Director of Division B, to address the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Sridevi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jyotika, for this wonderful meeting, organizing fantastic meeting. I was just on the listening mode. I could see the vibe that is around this meeting. First of all, thank you to each and every one of you to take part in this meeting. How was it? How was your feedback for this meeting? One from VIT, someone from VIT? Was it your regular meeting or is it anyway different from your regular meeting? Anyone from VIT? Except Sushita? Yeah, probably the TMOD. Aditya, can you let me know? Yeah. You can unmute and talk.
Ma'am,
Yeah,
I
I am
think
from
you're a
VIT.
bit unaudible. Yeah.
Yeah, your
Yeah,
voice is a little bit low.
my voice is low. Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's way more clear.
Okay. Yeah, I was just asking how was the meeting experience for you?
It was really good. It was my first inverse meeting, to be very honest. So, like, yeah, it was really good for me. Conducting,
Okay.
like, being a TMOD for a first inverse meet was a little bit challenge at the start, but yeah, during the meeting, it was good.
Okay. Okay. Fantastic. Oh, good to know. Dinesh, would you like to talk? Dinesh or Surya from SciMaths?
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, this meeting was very good. Actually, this is a new experience for us. It is an inverted meeting where this is a new experience. We never expected this much engaging meeting through online as well. And we are expecting for the further meetings as a joint college club meeting. Thank you, ma'am.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Dinesh. And anyone from REC? REC, anyone is here? I saw Litika, but I don't know if she's here.
Hello, I'm
Anyone from
from
REC?
Arishi.
Yeah, Reshma, go ahead.
Hi. So yeah, it's been a very fun meeting. I just got to know that this was a topsy-turvy yesterday, so I kind of fumbled a little bit, but this was a really great meeting. This was a nice experience as well. We don't usually do things in the reverse order as often as we do now. So this was really entertaining as well. Thank you.
Okay, fantastic, Reshma. It's absolutely okay to fumble because it's a topsy-turvy meeting. It's fine to be even standing upside down and attending a meeting.
That's the vibe we were expecting from all of you. I'm so happy that all the college students are gathering here. I know you have around 7 clubs in Division B, and across the district we have many other clubs, right? So do plan for such meetings that will actually motivate each other and see how your college clubs meetings can be engaging, or what are the new learning that you can take up from other clubs and then incorporate them in your own clubs. I understand you all are running a very busy schedule. You have exams, you have culturals, and so many things are there. Amidst all of it, you did plan for this session and you did it fantastically. I could see all of you on camera. That is fantastic. Kudos to each and every one of you. And thank you to Josita for just organizing. I just gave her one word. Please organize the meeting. That's it. And here we have the entire meeting completely planned and executed very well. Thank you so much, Josita, and thanks to each and every one of you. Only thing is, like, I was feeling it was too strict on the WhatsApp group. I was expecting more messages from everyone, but it was too strict on the, I don't know why, because of my presence in the group, I thought maybe I should go out, or what is happening here? Why are you so serious about planning everything? And somebody even messaged, Josita ma'am. I was wondering, suddenly she got promoted to a ma'am, and what is this, Josita? Okay, fantastic. It's just a fun meeting, guys. I'm sure you all had good time. Do plan for other meetings like this, probably 1 or 2 in this term, whenever it is possible. Please talk to each other, schedule, and then learn from each other. Share your knowledge to other clubs, and you can learn from them as well. So I don't want to lecture anymore. So with that, thank you for conducting this meeting. Thanks to be here. With that, let me hand over the session back to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Joshita. Over to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Oh,
Again.
1 minute, sorry, Joshita.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I want to invite all of you for the division conference that is happening on March 29th. Please make a note, March 29th. Like last time, more than last time, all of you do join us. It's specifically scheduled with the mind, with the thought of the college clubs. Many of the participants should attend. That is why we preponed it much ahead of time. Usually it happens in the month of April, at the end of April, or in the month of May, but we want all the college students to be part of the event. So we scheduled it on March 29th. Do share the word with all your club members and start joining in. And also the role players form has been rolled out. Do nominate yourself for the role players as well. Let's make a wonderful division conference as well. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Over to you, Joshita.
Thank you so much. Okay. So before we start the session, let's take a look at the ballot winners, right? We will start off with the best. Okay, before we go into the ballots, well, I'm happy to say there are no disqualifications. And since we have a minimum of 3 contenders for each position, all the ballots hold best speaker, best evaluator, as well as best DT. Now, let's start with the best role players award. So the best role players award goes to Toastmaster Pavit for his TTM role. Can we have a round of applause? Also, give me a second. I will pin you and myself, and I will just take a photo. Wait a minute. Okay. I will take a screenshot in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Thank you for that, Toastmaster Pavit, and congratulations once again. That was a very refreshing TTM segment, and it was very well integrated into the topsy-turvy theme. So good job on that.
Thank you so much.
All right. Next up, we have the best speaker for today. And the best speaker goes to Toastmaster Akash. Congratulations, Toastmaster Akash. One second, let me add spotlight. Okay. Yes. Yeah, that was a very wonderful speech, and I think that gave all of us a different view on how our lives should be from now on and a different perspective on dopamine itself. So congratulations once again, Toastmaster Akash. And I will take a screenshot in 3, 2, 1. Alright, I have taken that. Thank you so much. We okay. All right. Now we have the best evaluator for today. The best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Medini. Where is Toast? Okay. Congratulations again, Toastmaster Medini. That was a very well structured evaluation, and I think all of us learned a lot and could take away much. So, congratulations, and you did an amazing job. I will take a screenshot in 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Medini. And last, we have. Oh, okay. Now we have the best TT award. Now we have a tie for this award, so we will be having two winners. The best TT award goes to Toastmaster Niharika and Toastmaster Kiran. Congratulations, both of you guys. Kiran, do we have Toastmaster Niharika in the meeting? Okay, there we go. All right. Congratulations to the both of you guys. You guys did wonderfully on the topic given, and I'm pretty sure everybody here loves your TT. Congratulations once again. You guys did amazing.
Thank you, Toastmasters.
Thank you. Thank you. Now I shall take a screenshot in 3, 2, 1. All right. Thank you so much. Wait, did I say? Okay, did. Thank you so much, both of you guys. And with that, we come to the beginning of the session. And I would like to welcome all of you guys to this term's first college clubs combined topsy-turvy session. Thank you so much for showing up on a Sunday morning. I'm pretty sure all of us value sleep, but we are all here together to, in the world of KASUKABE, taking us back 10, 15 years back to a nostalgic eras where I think all of us grew up watching Chinchan. So, yes, thank you so much, everybody, for showing up. And I hope we have a blast and an amazing session. And I think we did. So, thank you so much, everybody, for showing up. And with that, I hand it over to the essay for today, Toastmaster Dinesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster
Oh,
Joshita.
before I hand it over, I do not adjourn the meeting. Over to you,
Yeah,
Toastmaster. Yes.
1 minute. One minute. Respected Toastmasters, dear guest, if you are still here, congratulations, you have experienced a true inversion. Today we have practiced inversion where the ending comes first, where the beginning politely waited till the end. So now, after inverting the entire meeting, as a sergeant at arms of today's topsy-turvy meeting, I officially declare this topsy-turvy meeting open. Thank you.